If you're not a fan of a team that's a true championship contender, the next best thing is a team with a great future. As a Thunder fan, I've been in a great mood. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is better than I ever imagined. Despite what his numbers say, I love what I've seen from their most recent first round selection, Poku. There's a chance that they're making 2 top 5 selections in the upcoming draft. We have practically every future first rounder that exists, and I wouldn't take anyone over Sam Presti to make the most of those. But today, I'm just chilling, going through Twitter, and Woj dropped a bomb. I think it's safe to say that the Oklahoma City Thunder now have the craziest future in the league, so you already know we've got to talk about it. If you guys like the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We've got a ton of content coming out. You won't want to miss it, so make sure you're subscribed. Let's try to get 69 likes on today's video, and let's hop into it. Let's start this off by just respecting the greatness that is Sam Presti. Presti's first assignment, once getting hired by the Supersonics in 2007, was making a selection with the 2nd overall pick. That selection became Kevin Durant, a pretty easy selection after Greg Oden came off the board, but nonetheless a great way to start your GM career. In his second draft in 2008, he walked away with Russell Westbrook and Serge Ibaka. Then in 2009, he landed James Harden, so yes, he drafted 3 MVPs in 3 years. His greatness started in the draft, but then he transformed into a trade wizard. I'm going to do this quick, so just try and follow along. We're going to ignore the decision to trade James Harden in 2012, okay? Everyone makes mistakes. Let's jump to the night of the 2016 NBA draft. Sam Presti trades Serge Ibaka to the Orlando Magic for Victor Oladipo and the 11th overall pick, which they used to draft Domantas Sabonis. They signed Oladipo to a multi-year deal, and the following season traded him along with Sabonis for Paul George, who wanted out of Indiana. So yes, in one season, he turned Serge Ibaka into Paul George. He also traded Ersan Ilyasova and a protected pick for Jeremy Grant. He gave up Enes Kanter, Doug McDermott, and a 2nd-round pick for Carmelo Anthony. That team didn't work out, but he somehow convinced Paul George to sign an extension, and in a 3-team deal, traded Carmelo Anthony and a lottery-protected first for Dennis Schroeder. That team also failed to meet expectations, so we saw a crazy offseason. Jeremy Grant was traded to the Nuggets for a first. Paul George was traded to the Clippers for what might be the best package we've ever seen, that being Danilo Gallinari, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 5 first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps. Given the situation, Russell Westbrook wanted out, and there was really only one team to trade him to, given his contract, and that was the Rockets. They got Chris Paul, 2 future first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps. Chris Paul balled out the following season, so they traded him to the Suns for Ty Jerome, Kelly Oubre Jr., Ricky Rubio, and a first-round selection. They traded Dennis Schroeder to the Lakers for Danny Green and a first. They made a 3-team trade with the Knicks and Timberwolves, giving up the 25th pick, Rubio, and Jaden McDaniels to go to 17 and take Poku. They traded newly acquired Kelly Oubre Jr. to the Warriors for a protected first. In a 4-team deal, they gave up Steven Adams for a first-round pick from the Nuggets, George Hill from the Bucks, and 2 second-round picks from the Pelicans. They did a sign-and trade with Danilo Gallinari with the Hawks for 2 more second-round picks. They then did a deal with the 76ers, giving up Danny Green for Al Horford and 2 more first-round picks. This season, they found a diamond in the rough with Moses Brown, signing him to a multi-year deal. I'm out of breath, but I think I got everything for the most part. I think we've gotten to where we are today. I didn't even think trades were possible right now, but the Celtics are trading Kemba Walker, the 16th overall pick in the upcoming draft, and a 2025 second rounder to the Thunder for Al Horford, Moses Brown, and a 2023 second rounder. Now this trade is super interesting, but I don't think the Celtics had much of a choice. It's been very clear for a while now that the Celtics wanted to move on from Kemba. He could earn over $70 million over the next 2 seasons, but there weren't many suitors for the injury-riddled former All-Star point guard. Once they started making calls that involved a first-round selection, Sam Presti got horny, and he couldn't have cared less who the player they were getting in return was. Now, Moses Brown is actually a bigger part of this trade than I think most realize. At 21 years old, he was an extremely solid rim runner and rim protector this season, something the Celtics happen to need. He's also on an incredible contract. He's going to get less than $6 million over the next 3 seasons. I wouldn't be surprised to see Moses Brown with a massive role on this team going forward. So the Celtics were able to convert Kemba Walker to a more tradable contract in Al Horford while getting one of the best contracts in the league. The Thunder got another first-round selection and a chance to flip Kemba Walker to even more assets, similar to what they did with Chris Paul. The league has never seen a team run like the Thunder. Before this trade, they had 17 first-round picks over the next 7 years and 17 second-round picks. That's now 18 first and still 17 seconds. In this upcoming draft alone, they're obviously going to hold the 16th pick from the Celtics, but they also have their first-round selection, which has top 4 odds. That's going to be a top 8 pick at worst. They could also get the Rockets' first-round pick if it falls outside of the top 4. Right now, they're the best odds in the lottery, making a roughly 48% chance that the Thunder get that selection. If the Rockets do land inside the top 4, the Thunder are going to get Miami's first-round pick, which is at 18. So at best case scenario, in next week's lottery, the Thunder could have the 1st overall pick, the 5th overall pick, and the 16th overall pick. At worst, the 8th pick, the 16th pick, and the 18th pick. They also have 3 second-rounders in this draft. I know it's complicated, but the moral of the story is the Thunder have a lot of first-round selections this season and over the next 7 years. Now, we've seen some teams with some crazy draft pick pools, but it's very rare that that team also has legitimately one of the best young players in the league. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the real deal. In just his 3rd season, he averaged 24 points, 6 assists and 5 rebounds, shooting 51% from the field, 42% from 3, and 81% from the line. Now, I'm not sure he could keep up that efficiency across 82 games. He only played 35 due to injury this season, but he is the franchise player for this team at just 22 years old. We hear people talk about combo guards a lot, but SGA might be the most clear combo guard in the league right now. He was drafted as a point guard. He was the starting point guard for a playoff Clippers team in his rookie season, but once getting to Oklahoma City, he had to share the backcourt with Chris Paul. At 6'5", this team can literally put anyone they want in the backcourt without causing any positional concerns, something that just makes this team even scarier. Now, outside of SGA, there isn't anything insane on this roster, but there's some sneaky good young guys, such as the most slept-on rookie this season, Poku. You've got Lou Dort, Darius Bazley, Theo Maledon, Ty Jerome, and Tony Bradley. There's a very real chance that Kemba Walker stays healthy this upcoming season, plays well for the Thunder, and on paper, Team C only 1 more year under contract, or the potential for him to decline his player option, and the Thunder are able to flip him for even more assets. It's not out of the cards that Kemba isn't done moving this offseason. We saw it with players like Danny Green. Kemba might just be one chess move in Presti's plan for this offseason. I mean, since they're getting Cade Cunningham, I'm not sure I want to see too many Kemba Walker minutes this season. But hey, at this point, I have the utmost confidence in what Presti is capable of. I want to run an actual scenario by you guys real quick. By the end of July, the Thunder could have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Cade Cunningham, the 5th overall pick, most likely one of Kuminga, Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs, or Jalen Green. Let's say Zaire Williams at 16, whoever they get with their 2nd round picks. Still have 15 future first rounders, and the only player on the roster getting over $6 million a season being their newly selected top 5 picks and Kemba Walker. Let that sink in. This team's future is crazy. But that's the video, guys. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We have a ton of content coming out. The draft lottery is next week, so you're gonna want to be subscribed. And peace.